Hi, everybody. It's Patrick. How are you? Welcome to my live, not live, but I got a bunch of questions, so I'm super excited. I'm going to answer them for you, and if I don't answer your question, pop it in the comments, and I'll pick it up next time. Thanks for being patient, by the way. So the first question is, my mom is thinking about buying a combo washer and dryer. What do you think? It's funny, I just talked about this yesterday with the Wall Street Journal, of all things. I guess name drop, sorry. Here's what I think. I think the machine is fine. It's just, I think that it's not as fast. You know, it takes about 2 hours to do a load. And it tells you that right on the front of the machine, that it takes about 2 hours to do a load. And if you use the express cycle, it's only 30 minutes. And then if you throw things in the dryer and you just use a tiny bit of detergent, they're so dry that they probably dry in 20 minutes. So it's 50 minutes versus 2 hours. That's sort of my take, but I don't think they're terrible. They're not the first thing I would buy. And some of these are house, which I love. I love when you ask house questions. It makes me happy. I have a musty smell in a cabinet. What can I do? So I can tell you what you can do and how to fix it, because it's two really different things. Number one, what to do is you can spray it with vodka and it will kill that musty smell. The better question is, how do I keep that from coming back? What that means is the inside of the cabinet is damp. I don't remember if you said, I'm guessing this is a bathroom cabinet and it's just moisture and whatever. Put something in there. There's actually a product you can buy called Damp Rid. You don't need that. You just want to put something in there that absorbs the moisture. Sort of the old faithful, the one that everybody uses is kitty litter or charcoal, and both of those are really great options. I will tell you, you will have some success with baking soda, but you have to put it into a container where that it has a lot of surface area. So you can't just set the box in there like you do in the fridge. You'd have to like dump the box out on a plate or whatever and let it sit. It'll take a few days. If it were me, I would use kitty litter or charcoal. I have gasoline on the clothes. What do I do? Great question. You can wash gasoline out of clothes. You cannot put it in the dryer. Do not put clothes that have had gasoline on them in the dryer. It's just not, if you didn't get it all out, it's just not safe. It's simply not worth it. What I would do is I would use sudsy ammonia. I would use sudsy ammonia in the washer. It'll cut the gasoline and you'll be good to go. I've had some people do this with jet fuel and they've had great results as well. I've set in stains on kids' clothes. Well, of course you do, because you have kids, and kids make stains. I think that's their job, quite frankly. I'm very pro kids making stains because it means they're having fun and doing fun things. So this particular person said she'd tried a couple things and it hadn't worked. Here is the trick to like dirt and those sort of ground-in stains. If it's the first time you're washing them, add baking soda or add washing soda. It will get that dirt out, even like baseball pants. If it's already set in, you've already run it through the dryer, the fibers have already constricted, what you need to do is put some oily soap on the stain, let it sit a few minutes, add some baking soda, or even better, some oxygen bleach, scrub it in, let it sit like a few hours, and run the hottest possible water straight through it. If you have a lot of things that you're trying to get the dirt out of, I would soak them overnight with some washing soda and some vinegar, but that sometimes works. But if you have a lot of them, if it'll do 60% and you only have to do a few, it's better. Oh, this question, you guys, I love this question because I can't wait to tell you its backstory. I got this wonderful email. My daughter's jacket, she was caught in the rain in a wool jacket. And what can she do? And I said, you know, she can hang it up and let it dry. And I said, you know, this just happened with the Olympics. And she said, oh, that's where she is. Her daughter is in the Olympics. So first of all, go badminton and go Team USA. How exciting is that, right? I want to have my jacket wet from the opening ceremony. I want to hear Celine. Moths. I have moths. What do I do? Okay. Here's the thing about moths. They don't really want to eat your clothes. They want to eat the residue, the debris, the dirt, the whatever that's on your clothes. So one thing you can do to help with moths is always put your clothes away clean. If you're going into the off season, Always wash your sweaters, always wash your overcoat, always wash those things so that when you put them away, they're clean. Now you've got them. Here's what you need to do. You need to wash everything. If this was in the winter, I would tell you could freeze them because it's really easier, but it's not. It's the middle of summer, and I don't know where you are in the U.S., but it's probably not freezing there. So what you need to do is you need to wash everything while everything is out of the closet, and you even need to wash the non-wool because the moths may have laid eggs in your cotton shirt. It's just they're not going to eat your cotton shirt. So you need to wash everything while everything is out of the closet. So take everything out, put it someplace that doesn't have like carpet. So like throw it all on the bathroom floor, throw it all on the kitchen floor, throw it all on the laundry room floor. This is important. While it's all gone, I want you to vacuum out your closet because moths actually live in the dust. Vacuum out your closet and then take vinegar and water and wipe all the walls down. You want to make sure there's no sort of moth anything left. Then you're going to wash everything. When it's washed, it comes out of the wash. It needs to go in the dryer, and normally I'm a line dry kind of guy, and you can't dry your wool. I totally understand. But all your cotton, you need to put in the dryer for a few minutes. Your wool, you really, like, when the dryer's hot, throw it in for like a minute. It just needs like a minute with a damp towel to kind of get some steam, just in case. Then you start putting everything back. So everything goes back into a clean closet. When you get everything done, I want you to mop the floor or vacuum. I want you to make sure that you get that up. So that's how you do it. It's actually very simple to eradicate, but you have to do these steps. A fun note is, cedar will repel moths. So will lavender. Lavender will repel moths. So lavender sachets, throw them in, or use some lavender scented detergent even. Flakes aren't dissolving. I don't know why, but I'm going to tell you. A couple of you said flakes don't dissolve in your machine. I don't have that experience. I'm assuming you're using warm water because if you're using flakes, you're kind of following along. If for some reason maybe your water's really hard and it's not dissolving, I made a video where someone suggested you can dissolve the flakes in a mug of hot water, which is what I do when I hand wash. But I actually made a video where you could make the flakes into what I called soap syrup. It was basically liquid soap, and you can use that tablespoon by tablespoon. I made that video, and you'll search it. I'll try to remember to post it so you can grab it. I have a water stain on a chair. This person was at an Airbnb. She spilled water. She got the water up, but it left a water ring. Re-wet it. You can do one of two things at this point. You re-wet it. You can either take a towel and scrub it or rub it. You take the towel and you start rubbing like from the middle to like 1 o'clock, the middle to 2 o'clock, the middle to 3 o'clock. And you pick it up when you go back in. You're feathering it out so it doesn't leave a hard ring. You can also usually do that with a hairdryer. And you blow from the middle out, and it keeps you from getting that ring. How do I clean silver jewelry? We talked about cleaning silver in our last video. And I told you, and you can do this with jewelry, you can use ketchup. The difference is if you use ketchup on silver jewelry, you need to use like a horsehair brush or something to kind of get into the little nooks and crannies of the chain, and then just wash it with a little soap and water. And actually use a little soap and water on your brush, and you'll clean your brush at the same time as the jewelry. So easy trick. I have a sterling silver cuff I like to wear sometimes, and that's how I get it out. 2 more questions. Why is the express cycle the best cycle in the washing machine? The reason the express cycle is best is it is long enough to get your clothes clean. So the cycle is long enough to agitate and get everything clean, but it's short enough not to do damage. If you use a 2-hour cycle, you're just beating your clothes up. You're just abrading them. It's just really hard on your clothes, and it's very unnecessary. A 30-minute cycle is long enough to get your clothes clean, but it's the shortest possible cycle, so it'll do the least damage. A little bit of detergent, not a lot, and you're good to go. It's super easy. And last, well, it's last on here, but I have one more tip. How do you clean the steering wheel? It's not sticky, it's just dirty. Strangely enough, it's the same method. Use some oily soap. If your steering wheel, say that 3 times. If your steering wheel is leather, get some leather conditioner, apply it really liberally, let it sit about 15 minutes and buff it off. If it's not, if it's vinyl, which many of them are, use a little oily soap on a towel. Wet the towel, put some oily soap on it, and rub. Let it sit a minute or two, because what's going to happen is the oily soap is going to go down into all of those little crevices in the steering wheel and lift the dirt to the surface. When that happens, just buff it off and then take a towel with clear water and wipe it clean. Easy breezy. Oh, I have to. Easy breezy, lib and squeezy. Because, I love to use lib to clean. So those were my tips. I want to tell you, I've started taking a few of your questions and I'm actually making them into videos. So you may start seeing those pop up in the near future. But if you have a question, I for sure want you to put it down in the comments below. We'll pick it up next week. Say hi, say, subscribe so you know when I go live or when I post a video. That's sort of fun. And my final tip, because it is the middle of summer, is if you haven't heard this before, if you're new to me, remember to spray the underarms or the collars and the cuffs of your shirts with vinegar and water to repel the perspiration stains, because it'll never set them. Once they're in, I have a whole video on how to get them out, but vinegar and water keeps them from happening. So thank you so much. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye.